Hi guys, this is your daily horoscope and energy reading for August 9th, which is Sunday, and I have such a very fabulous day to talk about that I am completely excited to tell you it. It's exhilarating energy, it's empowering energy, and there is nothing that I love more than energy that empowers you in a given day, because we have so many days that take away some of our personal power or make us struggle with it, that the lovely universe knows when we need to balance out energy. We need to have some days that plug us back in. So today is one of those such days. So your sun, your core is still in Leo. So we're talking about all heart. We're talking about creativity. We're talking about the ways that you shine authentically. We're talking about self-empowerment. We're talking about, confidence to overcome. Trining off with Uranus. So today is going to be a breakthrough day. I think something is going to happen, probably happened on the 8th, that is going to set forth a cascade of events that is going to all of a sudden turn a lot of things around for you. And it's truly monumental. It was something that you didn't expect. It was something that all of a sudden, it was like a light. It's like you were in a dark room for a really long time and found a light switch, and it just turned on and lit everything up, and you see nothing, and you finally see the door, the way out of where you were confined in. That's the way that I feel today is going to go for very many of you. Now, again, if you're still numbing your pain and caught in succumbing to old patterns, you don't get to experience days like this. This is why I say that, yes, we're going to have difficult days that take away our power, and those are days of reality checks, and those are days that are very difficult. Don't forget that the universe has a zillion days like this that make us feel like the light suddenly turns on and we find a way to overcome. So I want to say that there's something that's going to happen today. When I did this reading, I deeply felt that you are going to overcome something from your past, a past challenge, or a past pattern that you do that takes away your personal power. And it's definitely something that Saturn has been trying to instill upon you. And it's something that you have experienced for quite some time, this self-destructive pattern, this inability to control this certain area. I feel like there's a breakthrough today in your heart, in your soul, in your inner desire to overcome it, in the confidence to want to overcome it. Now, the moon in Gemini, still where we have this beautiful childlike energy that's going to allow us to be able to be mutable. So say something comes up that is just it's such a crazy idea that you're like, naturally you would never think about doing something like that because it's outside your comfort zone. But I think that there's something in you that you felt on the 8th that turned everything around, that's changing everything. So you have this enthusiasm emotionally to want to move forward with it, to change direction. This air energy, your moon, your emotions, are going to then feed your Venus energy and feed the Uranian energy that's going off today. So the moon in Gemini is going to be sextiling Venus in Leo, which is in retrograde still, and it's going to be sextiling Uranus in Aries, which is in retrograde. So we're talking about something that makes you want to change everything for the better. Yes, you're facing past patterns and past issues and past, but there is tremendous energy in progression. These childlike energies that we're stuck in right now ignite our need to want to persevere through them. A kid will look at a bridge and think, can I jump off it into the water and have myself a good time? Like, they don't think of the rocks, and they don't do all the adult thinking that adults do. That's why adults have to say, don't do that. There could be something in that water. I haven't checked it out. That's why it's good to have adult energy around you sometimes, but it's also very, very healthy to have energy around you that is childlike, that gives you back some of what, look, I know some of my most beautiful memories being at the age of 45 is remembering the ages, you know, the age period of like my 20s. Because when I remember my 20s, I was powerful. I didn't let anything get me down. I was resilient. I was confident. I was on fire all the time. I was so much more Leo back in my 20s on a cusp. Then as I get older, it's funny when you're a cusp baby, for all you cuspers out there, when you're younger, you fall into the part of your cusp that has the lower degrees. And as you get older, when you're a cusp baby, you fall into the older degrees. And so for me, I have the majority of my degrees, 28 something degrees, is in Cancer. So as I'm getting older, I'm much more Cancer based. So I'm not quite as fiery as a Leo. But when I was younger, I was all Leo and no, I wasn't a nurturer. I wasn't caught up in all this emotional drama that I am now that I'm older. So that's an interesting little tidbit for you little cuspers that are tortured by being a cusp and trying to figure out why. So just expect that today, okay, here's what I say. Today, you're going to have so much wind blowing on fire that you're not going to be able to stay stuck, right? And it's going to be the wind in you, the air in you is going to be coming from a source you didn't expect. It's going to be coming from somebody from your past, somebody you loved. It's going to be coming from their strength, their ability to persevere. You're going to want to become mutable to them because they are inspiring you so much, and in very, very healthy ways. So pay attention if people are coming back from your past, or you're getting in touch with people from your past, or you want to, or you feel a strong desire to. There is a reason. They are going to be blowing air on your fire, and that's what you need right now to persevere. Now, we also have the Saturn-Scorpio is going to be trining Mars in Leo. So today, I feel like you're going to have a really laid back day in Saturn's lessons. You know, you're out of Saturn's classroom. It's not a day of being accountable for everything that you've done in your past. This is more about current endeavors. So, current opportunities. It's going to be more about, things that make you feel authentic. I don't think that this day doesn't scream love to me. This day screams opportunity to me, unexpected opportunities to progress. In your heart, it will be somebody that is dear to you, near and very, very dear to you, somebody you consider family, somebody you consider somebody you would want to be in your family, somebody that is maybe not a family member, but somebody who's close enough to feel like family, that's going to put the air back in your day enough to feed your fire. But it's going to be Saturn is removing obstacles and seeing what you do with it. Like, Saturn doesn't have a lot of time left, and it really wants you to transform and to regenerate. It's testing the waters right now. You did all the homework. You know what? You're in the apprenticeship program right now. It's a really good way to explain it. You've been through school, you've been given all the tools. Now you have physically all the tools you need to do your job on this planet, in this area of struggle. But now you are on the sides of your life doing the job. So you have to pour your heart and your passion and your love and your desire to overcome it. You have to pour yourself into those endeavors. Saturn is just, and what more can it do other than throw you out there and now be the teacher beside you saying, I wouldn't use that particular tool or that particular item to make you successful. I would pick up this, wrench and use this wrench versus that wrench. It's going to be easier for you to, maneuver around that little site. So I think that's what Saturn is doing. It's testing the waters right now. And that's okay. Because, and even if some of us fail, we need the failure of like not doing what Saturn says is going to teach us to do what Saturn says. Because now it's direct. It's not about dredging up all the stuff from our past. Now, I have something weird to talk about, and it jumped at me. I wrote it down because it jumped at me. And normally I look at energies that stay steady throughout the day because I want to talk about the overall energy. But for some reason, when I was doing this reading, energy shifted around 8:30 p.m. Pacific time. That makes me want to bring it up to you because I don't know what it means, but it may mean something to somebody. So about after 8 p.m. Pacific time, all hell kind of breaks loose in this day. You go from this amazing, gorgeous day into hell breaks loose. So Saturn, I don't know if somebody did something that was a previous pattern, like maybe they started getting too excited and things were going too well. A lot of people are caught in this one little problem that really ruins their lives, and it's called self-sabotage. And I feel today many of you are going to have something really, really, really good happen to you. But because it's so good, you may not think you're worthy of it. You may not value yourself enough to have it. So instead of getting too excited for this opportunity or too excited that this might be something beneficial, you sabotage it. And you take it out of the scenario so that you don't get disappointed, which I really think is super sad if you do that. I am notorious for this. I can't even tell you how many people have approached me for, taking this to the next level, my channel to the next level, and, really getting a show and really doing stuff. And I always say no because I'm not ready for that kind. Look, it took me a lot just to be able to talk to you guys on camera and have the confidence to do that. I'm not ready so much for the next level, but some of you may get an opportunity that literally falls in your lap that says, Annette, let's take your channel to the next level, that career aspiration, that opportunity, a new job, a new money endeavor may come up from your past that may almost sound too good to be true, so you don't want to trust it because it's like, why do I deserve that? Like, it's too good to be true. It's almost like you won the lottery the night before, but you don't believe that you won it. And so you stay living a poor lifestyle because you can't wrap your head around something good just happened to you. And so you sabotage it. Fall into poor coping methods. Fall into previous patterns that have been your downfall this whole time since 2012. And so you guys, you're going to square off in the way you think, in routines. It's going to be definitely routine based. So this is why it leads me to believe there's a coping method that you haven't quite conquered yet. That if you just beat that coping method, that poor coping method, I think opportunity is beautiful, but then you get called out on it and you may have a terrible night. And again, this is past patterns. This is something that's held you up in money and love and romance. It's something that you overindulge in. It's something that has gotten out of control and you don't have control over it. And so by the end of the evening, all this good stuff happens and you're feeling pretty good and you're feeling like you've got enough nerve to get by everything. And by the evening, you're falling into that same self-defeating pattern. And again, I'm going to drive this into your head until I die. You make that choice. Okay? Even though it's a habit, even though it's super hard not to do it, you actually have a choice not to. I don't care if your body's physically dependent on it. Then there is a choice to go get medication, a choice to go check in somewhere that helps your body get you wean off of these things. It's a choice. It's a choice to get caught up in gorgeous energy that is beautiful and optimistic and is an opportunity of a lifetime, Or it's a choice to say, you know what, I'm not good enough for it. It'll never work out. I don't deserve it. So I'm going to fall into a self-defeating pattern and I'm going to run away from that opportunity. That is what I see in this reading. I don't know why it jumped. It jumped. It'll resonate with somebody, and that's all that matters. Is I do my readings for thousands of people, and so for somebody, this message is going to be super important. If it doesn't apply to you, it doesn't apply to you. Then you're going to have a rockin' ass day filled with nothing but lovely, delicious energy. You're going to be blowing a bunch of oxygen on your fire, and you're going to be taken off, and then that's your day, and you are very blessed to have that gorgeous experience today. I want to thank you for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow.